Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Stila Folabi, and this is our Euro 2024 show, Road to the Crown, Complete Football. And with me this evening is Warifa Marcos and Kule Williams, Barrister Kule Williams. You're very welcome to the show. And we're going to be discussing the first 3 days of the Euros that started on Friday. And
I sent you something to correct on WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Yeah.
Guys, go ahead.
Okay.
Keep
All right.
going.
Okay. So we're going to start with the opening game. What are your thoughts very quickly, Warifa? Germany versus Scotland. We all said it there when we previewed it. There was going to be a German win, but nobody expected a thrashing, really. So what are your thoughts about the opening game, Warifa?
You see, well, I don't know. It's like the Scots were confused. They don't really know what they were doing there. Because to me, football is a two-sided thing. But when you refuse to take your chance, the opponent take advantage of it, and that's what happened between the match and what's it called, Germany and Scotland. So the Germans, they took the advantage, and they took advantage as the host against the Scottish.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I agree.
I missed the first half of that game.
Oh, I see.
But I saw the second half. I saw that somebody in Scotland got a red card.
Yes.
Yeah, in Scotland.
Yes.
Who was
it? Was a very bad. I forgot the guy's name.
And it was a defender.
No, it's not Scott
was a
McTominay.
defender.
I've forgotten his name. It was a very bad challenge.
It's not
In fact, it was
McTominay.
announced today that we've extended his suspension to two games. It was a really bad
A very
challenge.
bad tackle.
Wow.
Yes, it was a very bad tackle. So,
Yeah.
and it happened.
Germany
It wasn't
are-
intentional anyway. It happened as they were,
Yeah.
scrambling around. But I watched the full game. Kule, you can continue, please.
So Germany are just far too technical for Scotland. Scotland are normally there to make up the numbers. They're perennial underdogs. You never really expect them to get far. So just let's calm down. This is Germany. This is Scotland. I was sort of expecting a beating. I was expecting a 3-0. I guess the Germans were in a good mood that day. They'd had, Floreline made them happy overnight because that was a very one-sided game. I think they were even annoyed to concede a goal.
It was apparently, but I didn't expect a shellacking, really. I expected the Germans to win, but I didn't expect a shellacking. Okay, so tell me, what are your thoughts on the opening game? Very quickly. Bedu Banjoku, you're welcome. No, we're still reviewing.
His mic is on mute.
Bedu, are you there? Okay, Bedu is on
mute. His mic is on mute.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are my thoughts basically? I feel, like you rightly mentioned, the Scots are not on the same technical level with Germany. But what really amazed me with the Germans was how Nagelsmann was able to bring all the stars together. Basically playing a midfield with Andrich, Gundogan, Vitz, and Musiala, and everything seemed to gel. There was so much chemistry. And then the deep line Toni Kroos, his passing was so unreal. In fact, it looked scary. It's one thing to have individual talents. It's another thing to have a coach that can bring them to work together. And because of that, I dove my cap for Nagelsmann. He has done it at club level. But for the German team, I was really amazed with the way he was able to bring those players together.
Germany have always been my team, Germany and Italy. So I always expected a good show. I'm not surprised at the score. I feel sorry for Scotland, but it's not a surprise. Sorry.
Everybody feels sorry for them. Do you see them qualifying? Who are the other guys in the group? Do you see them qualifying?
How many of their players are even Premier League players? How many of them?
Not many. John McGinn of Aston Villa, Scott McTominay, and a few others.
Scooby-Doo, the ghost that disappears for half the game. What are you going to do with that? I think some of the players are from Stoke or Huddersfield or something like that,
Yes.
They're not a solid team of key players in top 4.
And some are even from the Championship. Some are even from the Championship. Okay, then
they're just big and strong and they'll run around a lot and sing songs, but they're not going to do anything.
No, they're not.
They're going out first.
What I even expected them to do was to be physical, play a lot of aerial balls into the box. I just felt that kind of approach would have troubled Germany a little bit. But they didn't just show up.
Yeah.
And of course, the red card didn't help
Scotland is the
anyway.
home of Dundee United. I hope there's no Scottish people here that are going to hit my head. But they are the
Celtic
home
and
of Dundee
Glasgow
United.
Rangers.
Come on.
Celtic and
Come
Glasgow
on. You
Rangers.
saw the Dundee. You saw the Dundee come out in that
In them.
game.
Okay, so let's quickly
You
go
saw
to the Spain.
You saw the Dundee come out.
Let's quickly go to the Spain.
Even they knew that they were
Let's quickly go to
different
the
game
Spain.
altogether.
Let's quickly go to the Spain-Croatia game. Warif, your thoughts on the Spain-Croatia game?
I was disappointed in Croatia with their experienced players. Some people like Modric in the midfield, but the young lads of around them, like what's the name of this young Barcelona guy? I've forgotten his name. That guy amazed me. So something else.
Oh, good.
No, the young guy.
Welcome, Bjorn. I was getting you to unmute.
Thank you. No game, but it wasn't a game if you watched it.
Yeah,
Yamin Lama.
Yamin Lama. The guy amazed me. So I was so disappointed. I don't know if it was old age versus the youth that played the match, but the Croatians, they did not come to the party at all.
You know, we didn't see this coming. Our prediction when we reviewed this game was that
they were unlucky.
Croatia was going to win that
was
game.
A lot closer.
So I want to be able to analyze this game for us. Bjorn, please, can you talk about Croatia Spain? Both of us didn't see it coming, really.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I didn't see that game because I was out.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch the whole game to myself. I just saw it in bits.
Generally,
but what I can
watched
say,
that whole game. I watched the whole of that game.
Oh,
I was stunned when I was like, what happened? I've not really had time to.
Okay, what I just noticed was that many of the things Spain used
the game because I was quite disappointed.
I was disappointed myself. I expected more from Croatia. But what I just noticed, it appears
Croatia were unlucky and they didn't
bad.
finish. Sorry.
Yeah, so
Croatia were unlucky and they didn't finish. Oh, sorry. I wanted to start. Can I step in or should I go back?
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
So, but what I noticed, Bjorn, in that game was the fact that Croatia has a lot of old legs, especially in the midfield. So there was a lot of running by the Spanish team, and they tweaked their formation in a way that they weren't expecting Spain to play so direct. Spain normally likes to possess the ball, but they were a bit flexible. They played a lot of running, a lot of direct, a lot of long balls in that game. And because of the running, it was difficult for Croatia to match their pace, obviously because of the age difference. In fact, it was said that 3 of the Croatian players have caps that are more than the entire Spanish team. That's how old those Croatian players were. So they needed a little bit sprinkling of youth in that game. That's the much I can say. I don't know how you saw it, Bjorn, from the clips you watched anyway.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think legs came into the game, was a factor in the game. And I think we thought the experience would definitely play its part in the match. But it didn't work for Croatia, and they have Italy to play.
Yeah.
And
if you look at yes, I think it's his network. And if you look at
that
Spain,
group and they have Croatia, Italy to play in that group, so it's going to be a difficult one for them.
It's going to be very tough. But I like the way there has to be some chemistry between Lamin, Nico Williams, and Morata, and that really helped them in the game. So, and those guys, Nico Williams and Jamal really helped to support Morata, and they were more purposeful, unlike what we are used to seeing Spain holding possession, pass sideways, pass back. They were business-like in that game. They were running, they were putting the ball behind the defense. They were more purposeful, and that really helped them. It was a better approach in that game than what we are used to.
I have to say something. I really simply have to say something on this game.
Okay.
Croatia had as many clear-cut chances as Spain. Croatia had as many clear-cut chances as Spain to score. And this could have been one of those exciting 3-3 games. Croatia were not finishing.
I agree with you. They were very profligate.
And the
They were very
possession
profligate. I agree with you.
Yes. Croatia were not dominated in possession either. And for a lot of the game, Spain were on the back foot. It's not like the Scotland-Germany game where it was one-sided. This game was just, you know, there's some games where it ends up 3-0 and you don't know why it wasn't a draw. And that was it for Croatia. But Croatia only have themselves to blame. They had 3 very, very clear-cut chances they had no business missing. So I thought that game could have been 3-3. Croatia is still a very. My point is, Croatia is still
a couple of the goals came against the run of play.
They just couldn't take their chances.
Yes, a couple of the goals came against the run of play.
I think they were not outplayed. They just didn't take their chances. They are a very dangerous team. Watch out for them.
Yes, and because of the fact that they're not as young as Spain, it was difficult for them to defend the Spanish transition because most of those goals came from transitions, really. So you are right. They wasted a lot of chances and they need to be more clinical if they have to qualify from this group. But if you look at this group, Italy looked very, very good against Albania. I mean, conceding very quickly and immediately they applied the pressure. They got the equalizer, scored the second goal, and then they played it was a tactical master plan. I've never seen an Italian team possess the ball this well.
Playing free-flow football.
Free-flowing, high pressure, high intensity.
You know,
the kind of what
I was impressed.
At a point, they looked like as if it was Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool playing, the Italian team.
No, they are coached by Spalletti, so you have to understand for what Napoli achieved last season.
Oh, sure.
They're the current champions, you know.
Spalletti loves
that
ballers,
kind of approach. Team of ballers.
Yes.
Italy don't have athletes, they have ballers.
Yeah,
that's why they beat England. England have athletes, but they beat Italy. Italy are one of my 2 teams. Germany and Italy are one of my 2 teams.
They have some very good players too. The likes of Bastoni, Barella, and Chiesa. On their day, they can turn the game on its head, really.
And all these Eastern European teams, they're very technical. You have to be very careful with them. You know, when we go and talk about England, England shouldn't have won that game. But let's finish with Italy.
We're still going to the England game.
Let's talk about
because that game we have story to tell on that game. But yes, Italy had a tough time in Albania. They're not a straightforward team to beat. But you can get to them. I mean, they don't have quite enough, but their technical ability makes it difficult. You're not going to overwhelm them like small boys.
Yes, I agree with you. Yeah, that Italian team looks very solid. And one thing about Italy is if they can get as much as a goal advantage, you can rely on their fact that they can defend that goal, to settle down in a defensive shape and make it difficult for you. Because if you look at that Albania game,
even the goal they scored against the Tats was just a mistake. So the mistake that is those what's it called? Albania scored against it.
But it came off a lot of pressure. That goal came from a lot of pressure. In fact, the first 35 minutes, I was like, it was a throw. Yeah, oh, you mean the Albania game? Yeah, it was from an error.
Yes,
it was an error. It was an error. But I like the way they responded. You know, a goal happened, I think it was 22 seconds. The fastest goal in the history of the Euros. And they responded immediately.
Wow.
Pressure, and they equalized, and they were able to score the second goal. And in the second half, they just saw the game out. You know, you can always rely on an Italian team to see the game out. They have the nous to see games out because they have a very dependable defense.
Classic Italians. Classic Italian behavior.
It was classic Italian.
Very difficult, very irritating to the opposition. Know how to hold the ball, know how to squeeze you in defense. And if you're quick, they know how to play a game where they don't need to use close down quick wingers.
Let's quickly go to our friends, the 3 Lions. England versus Serbia. So let me start with Warif. Warif, what's your own analysis of the England-Serbia game last night?
I was so disappointed in that game. They lack creativity in the midfield. Foden was not in that game. I don't know if Southgate did not create enough to have enough midfielders that could create the chance for Foden and Saka to make the pullout so that Harry Kane could have chances to deliver. But I was impressed by what's it called, Jude Bellingham, because if you watch the goal that he scored, he came with force. He attacked the ball. If not, he wouldn't have scored that goal. There are some goals that you don't need to wait for the ball. You have to attack the ball. That was what Jude Bellingham did. And it was in this match, this very match, that England played, I knew that Jude Bellingham is a very big lad. The guy is big and physical. So I think the English team, they have a lot of work to do. They need to work on their midfield because they don't have midfield at all. Foden, zero in that match. I believe there was nobody to. Yeah.
Say they don't have midfield.
Don't rate his midfielders.
Starting with Terence Trent D'Arby, Alexander in the midfield, you could have picked James Ward-Prowse. He's a midfielder. You know, I don't understand.
Yeah.
He is
Southgate.
really Southgate. I mean, I thank God he's not wearing his waistcoat, but it's not made him any the wiser. He's got a you know, what's wrong with he made so many mistakes so early. You know, as soon as you scored, you start going on the defensive foot, and then somebody needs to check the referee's bank account. Somebody needs to check that referee's bank account because there was a foul, there was a penalty. I saw the guy take the leg. What's the point of having VAR if you're not going to be honest about it? That was the penalty. That was a 1-1 game. Yeah, that was a 1-1 football. Game. Yeah,
I agree with you.
Has shown
I thought it was a penalty
to be what he is.
Yeah, I thought it was a penalty.
Clean.
Yeah. Obiado, what are your thoughts?
If that's not a penalty, then there's no such thing as penalty.
Well,
yeah, I mean, that was just horrible.
I think for
what are your
England,
thoughts,
the only
yes.
Thank you. I think the only player that turned up for England was Jude Bellingham. I think aside Jude Bellingham, nothing stood out. There was nothing special about England. The way they even play, there is no pattern, there is no style, there is no direction. You see that they were just playing the ball from to hold up for others to come in. I think this clearly shows that some of our prediction that England will struggle in this tournament is coming to pass because you see if you for the 90 minutes zero touch.
There was something stupid that happened that game. Sorry.
Go ahead,
Bill.
Zero shots
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You see if you for the zero shots taking on, 0 shots on targets, 0 dribbles, 0 completed. And he played a full 90 minutes. For crying out loud.
Why?
You are the coach. This player turn up in the first half. You had 60 minutes. You gave them extra 15 minutes. They are not turning up. You have lots of players on the bench. Kane was relatively poor, losing his first touch in so many opportunities. You had Watkins on the bench. You had Kopama on the bench. You left Foden. You had Gallagher. You played Trent. You had Ward-Prowse. You played Trent in midfield. And Trent was just gassed out, losing touches. Look at that chance Mitrovic had. He had a poor touch. Mitrovic almost scored there. It's just quite alarming. I don't know what England were doing in training camp, but oh well. The tournament is full of
they have Slovenia to play.
I don't know what France will play today.
Yeah, I'm wondering why he removed Saka. Was Saka injured or was that just bad judgment?
No. It was the wrong choice.
Because Saka was actually playing well. I noticed he was causing problems.
He removed Saka, but if you look at Saka was not relatively. Yeah, Saka was really strengthening the fullback alone. But if you see when Gerard Bowen came in, Gerard Bowen created 3 good chances coming off the bench. So I think that was the right call. But because he was the PFA player of the season, it does not mean you should leave him for the whole 90 minutes.
Sure.
And that is the problem.
He doesn't know how to use
If you look, no, it's not that he doesn't know. It's Man City players. If you look at Man City players, they are struggling in this tournament. Look at Gambia against Croatia. They are struggling in this tournament because they are used to this system. Even Doku, they are used to the Guardiola system. And that's the
you're right. They're used to the system.
They can't play. They are used to
I agree with you.
Rodri was all right.
But what I feel, Biodu, many people can argue that Grealish did not have a good season, but I feel Grealish would have done a better job on the left compared to Foden yesterday. Grealish may not be the best dribbler, but he's very direct. Foden did next to nothing. And there's Andrew Gordon, for goodness sake. There was no penetration
and
from
Grealish
the
is a
left.
swashbuckling
Yeah, Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
They had options. No, my problem with Southgate was that he had options on the bench. It is that he does not have options on the bench.
He's
No, he
not
does
a
not
good
have.
tactician.
But he had
He's not a
options
good
on the
tactician.
bench. He had options. He had on the
Yes, he
one
had
thing. He had
options.
Anthony.
Why is he dropping
He had
James
Obama,
Maddison?
he had options.
Why is he
And like
dropping
you
James
rightly
Maddison
mentioned,
from the team?
Beardo,
And
I would
then
have
picking
put
Trent in
on
midfield?
Ole Watkins for Harry Kane. Watkins likes to run into space. That was not a Harry Kane game at all. All of the players, they wanted ball to feet. It was easier to defend against them.
Exactly.
So a Watkins would have made a lot of difference in that game. And then maybe Andrew Gordon. You know, I don't know. Southgate, for all his, coaching, look at Nagelsmann. If Nagelsmann had half the talent that England had, he would have put them to productive use. England's problem is Southgate. I don't know what you guys think, but it's just very obvious.
I believe it's true. It's true.
I don't know. So let's just, since the French game will be starting in 2 minutes time, I would like to catch up with it. What do you think how much you give us this evening? Let me start with Warif. France's game this evening, Austria. I think you should be very comfortable with Warif.
I just hope the match will not be like the Belgium match, that there was a surprise. Because Belgium, I was disappointed in them. They played like the English team. Doku was just dribbling out of space, not making any creative effort.
You know what, Warif? Slovenia actually even played better than Belgium. Besides the names,
stronger than
Belgium, Slovenia was actually better. They played a better game. They didn't show up at all.
Slovakia, they played very well, and that PSG centre back, Skriniar, he was superb coordinating the defense. Slovakia, they did play well.
He didn't give Lukaku a sniff at all. But for that one that was ruled out for offside, he didn't give him a sniff at all. And I don't know, for all the life of me, why would they use Doku on the right? You saw how effective he was on the left.
He was on the left. I don't know what was wrong with some of these coaches. I don't know what's wrong with their head. I was taking to the front. I was like, why do you play Doku on the right for crying out loud?
What do you say, Kule?
Belgium are aging. They need fresh blood.
They do. I agree with you. Now they don't have any other strike.
Lukaku has no
Belgium are aging. Lukaku's and the Witsels and I know, they need fresh blood. As Hazard has retired, I used to think,
they still have Trossard.
All these big players, like, oh wow! But like,
they have Arsenal's Trossard and they have Tillemans.
Yeah, they got all the.
Tillemans even started.
Yeah, but some of these guys, they're not far off taking their bus pass to go on retirement and stuff like that. They're getting.
For managers, sometimes you ask yourself why they make certain decisions. Maybe there's some information they have we don't have. Maybe the players are not fully fit. Maybe certain reasons, but some decisions just baffle you when you see it happen. Honestly, you are just dumbfounded. Like, why would you do this?
If you want to win the World Cup to be 22, unless you have outrageous talent, your average age of World Cup team is 22. It's different games from
even Kevin De Bruyne. I don't see him shining in this coming season in the EPL. If you see him in the EPL, Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay, so Kule, what are your predictions for France Austria? Very quickly as we round up.
Match has started.
Yeah. France Austria. Your prediction.
France Austria. Well, the French are going to take Austria down, but it will not be straightforward. I don't think it's going to be a 1-0 game or 2-1. But if France are in the mood, 3-1. But I think Austria are going to score.
I think the match will
3-1.
France going to win the match by 2-1.
2-1, okay.
I give it 2-1.
Biodu, what are your predictions?
Yeah, I would go Switzerland, meaning 1-0. Since the offset have started.
Austria.
I mean, Austria. Is it Austria they're playing or Switzerland?
No, they're playing Austria.
Australia, I think.
Austria. Oh, okay. They will win Austria then.
Okay. I need to run, really. I want to see that French team. It's been wonderful talking to you guys again. So I see you guys next time.
Mbappe.
It's nice to see you again. Biodu, thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Like James Brown.
I'll see you guys some other time.
Thank you. All right.